Hello everyone, Zigglertv here. I thought I'd do a little guide on a barbarian build that I've been trying out a little bit, and it's actually very effective in my opinion, and it's actually fun to play as well. And the build is focused on Furious Charge with the new item In-geom. I think you pronounce it In-geom, something like that. But yeah, which will your skill cooldown are reduced by 9 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. So basically, we will use the Rogue Ring, Ring of Royal Grandeur. So we will get the 5 pieces of Raekor. And we'll use 4 pieces of the Immortal King set. The In-geom is a one-handed sword, and the other weapon you can choose whatever you want. Actually, depending on what you get, you could use Reinhardt and go for more like a frozen build actually, because you can change Furious Charge to be Cold Rush, so they will be frozen, which will trigger the Reinhardt effect, which is actually it's good, but I kind of more like the survival build a bit more because you don't need that damage really, because you will one-shot everything anyway. So yeah, and the gear that I'm using is the neck doesn't really matter what you use, but I really recommend that you use Nemesis bracers, because you will hunt the elite packs as fast as you can, because you don't want the cooldown to actually run out. If it does, it's not that big of a deal, but you will increase your rift farm extremely much. Unfortunately, I haven't got a good In-geom, because I've used this on my Witch Doctor, which, yeah, you can see it has intellect on it, so that's kind of shame. But I'm spending my blood shards on the one-handed weapon, so hopefully I get it soon. I personally use Sunkeeper because I will, since we're hunting the elite packs, 17% more damage against elites is actually very nice. And for the other ring, other than the Ring of Royal Grandeur, you could use Unity. I'm lucky enough to have Unity, so that's very nice to split the damage. And my follower also have the item that makes so it can't die. So you pretty much have 50% damage reduction. It's not shown here, but it's there. And other than Unity, you could actually like use Stone of Jordan, and you can use what else could you use? Yeah, pretty much anything actually that fits you. So let's go over the build. The build that I'm actually using, because of the new set on the Immortal King, which is the 4-set bonus. Reduces the cooldown of Breath of the Berserker and Call of the Ancients by 3 seconds for every 10 fury spent with an attack. So the reason why I've chosen the Ancient Spear is because you will have full fury pretty much all the time. And if you have full fury and you have the Breath of Berserker and Call of Ancient on cooldown, you will like 1 or 2 charges with the Furious Charge. You will have full fury, and it's like if you have full fury 2 times, you have full fury once, and then you use Ancient Spear, and then you use it again afterwards. Your cooldowns on Wrath of Berserker and Call of Ancients will be like, yeah, in like 5 seconds you can have an off cooldown, which is very nice. And Ancient Spear actually deals a lot of damage because of Berserker Rage. Because we will have full Fury anyway, pretty much all the time, which is actually very nice. So that's the reason why I've chosen Ancient Spear. You could go with like Rend if you want that, or I don't know, Hammer of Ancient, but I find that Ancient Spear is actually more, I don't know, I just like it more. It's a very nice damage. And yeah, and then I've chosen Rush. You can choose whatever talent you want here. Like if you want more survival, I recommend Rush. With Sprint you should choose Rush. You can also use Run like the Wind, which actually also kind of nice, because if you don't actually kill the like the small minions, they will die from the whirlwinds when they're chasing you. And Marathon, if you feel like, yeah, I survived this pretty well. I survived this pretty well. Then I can recommend Marathon, because you will run even faster. It will be a even faster speedruns. I don't really know about the gangway. I don't feel it's that much of damage, and you don't need that damage actually, in my opinion. So yeah, you can choose this if you want. If you're running with other people, I really recommend Forced March, because you will have Sprint up all the time, like all the time. So yeah, but I use Rush or Marathon, more like Marathon actually, because yeah, 10% movement speed, we don't want that. So the Ancients I've chosen together as one, just because the damage reduction, and I've actually rerolled Lightning. You could go Ancient, the Console Rises as fire damage, but the thing is, the Ancients doesn't deal that much damage actually. Well, they deal much damage, but you will kill everything so quickly anyway, so why use it? It's no need actually. And you don't need a Fury, and like you don't need this. Each point of Fury you spend heals you and your Ancient. Like if you have trouble surviving, I recommend more that you use together as one, in my opinion. And if you're going for a more cold build, you could go the Duty of a Clan, like no problem. So it's what you feel like you're more like. And I'm actually more like of a lightning person. I've always been ever since the elements came into the game. Then we're gonna use Battle Rage with Bloodshed. I think it's I find no other use of the other ones. So Bloodshed is a pretty much must, in my opinion. Then we go with the Furious Charge. This will depend on what kind of physical with the build that you're using. If you're using lightning, fire, or physical. I don't think there's and cold build. So it depends on what you're liking. So at the moment I'm trying out lightning. I try to try different kind of ones a little bit, but yeah, I like the lightning.
Trots att vi hade skyddade uppgifter.
Oh my god, commercials! God damn it! There we go. There we go. And next one we got Wrath of Berserker with Insanity. I think that you actually, like, if you have a trouble surviving this, you could go Striding Giant, because you will have it uptime. You will have a 100% uptime on Wrath of Berserker. You could go Slaughter, but I find that 50% more damage is better. So yeah, like sure, if you crit you will like pretty much one-shot everything, but you will one-shot everything pretty much anyway, so why use Slaughter? So I use Insanity. We're gonna use that. For the passives, we are gonna use Rampage, of course, because it's gonna be up all the time. And Berserker Rage, because we will have maximum fury all the time when we are not using Ancient Spear, of course. But when we're using Ancient Spear, we will have maximum fury, which means that Ancient Fury will deal 25% more damage, and it deals a heck of a lot of damage anyway already. Ruthless, I'm trying out a little bit, because if you're one-shotting, I don't find that we will use Ruthless anyway. So I don't really know what other you can use here really. Maybe, I think I'm gonna try Weapon Master, but you can try around a little bit here. And if you're having a trouble surviving, you could use Tough as Nail or Relentless, because I don't understand why people are complaining. I've seen a little bit of complaints on Relentless. Like if you're on 35% life, like it's kind of good because you're taking less damage. But sure, you're pretty much getting one-shotted, so I can understand. But if you're, I could recommend Tough as Nail as well. And Anonymous is no use. You could use No Escape just to deal extra damage with Ancient Spear. It could be actually kind of nice. But you will... It's if you're more than 20 yards away, so maybe not. So yeah, I'm using Ruthless. Just more of like Rift bosses. If you're not one-shotting them, it will be quicker. Like when you're below 30% life on them. Then we're gonna use Brawl, because you're gonna have enemies surrounded by you anyway. So you will have like the damage will jump up pretty much all the time. So for the passives, you're gonna be focused just to, first of all, to have the 25% movement speed, just so you get up there. Oh! I'm such a noob. Oh my god. There we go. 30%, because I have 12% of the boots. So, just so you get to the 25% movement speed. And then you spend the rest on strength. You could go Vitality if you're having trouble surviving. But it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be a problem. Reason why I'm going cooldown here is because it's kind of nice. And then critical hit damage and then crits. Like the Paragon doesn't matter really, because you will one-shot everything in Rifts. This is like the normal Rifts, not Great Rifts. I haven't tried the Great Rifts that much. And defense, you go life, resist all, and then armor. And on the last you go... wait a minute. You go area damage, then you go life on hit, and then reduce cost. So let's go into a rift and try this out. So yeah, let's try this out. It's a very nice build to actually play around with. So yeah, let's try to find something that we can destroy just to get the rush. Okay, yeah. Go, and go right there, and we got the first pack. Problem is that you can have a little bit problem before you actually kill something, but you should be able to get it quick, pretty quick. And you can see it's already off cooldown. And here's another pack. So now, for example, I got the Call of Ancient and Rise of Berserker on cooldown. So check this out. Off cooldown. It's so nice, and they deal a lot of damage. So I really like Bolgatros. It's really nice. And this is the reason why you want a Nemesis Bracers. Just so you will get more elites. Just to get In-geom up. So yeah, I really like this build. It's not that like, maybe it's not like the best spec out there, but I really enjoy this build. It's actually kind of nice, and I really like In-geom. I think it's like the best weapon in like added to the game ever. Like, it's so damn good. I really like it. There we go. We got it over here. And as I said, you can keep up rush all the time, so you will have movement speed. So let's do this. There we go. Let's see. Here. Okay. Just because of that, I got like shit run. Oh, god damn it. So yeah. I can really recommend that you're trying out this build because it's very fun to play. So yeah, this is my first guide ever, so yeah, I might be stumbling and stuff like that. Trying my best. Let's finish off this rift. I'm thinking of doing a guide with the leap build with In-geom because it's actually kind of nice to do that as well. I haven't tried that out that much because I've been stuck with this one because I really enjoy this. It's so nice to play. And like what they did with the Immortal King set is so damn sweet. It's so nice. And I try to use boulder toss as often as I can. Because just deal damage also. Nice thing with this is when you have killed an elite pack, you got like no cooldown on this Fury Charge. So you can like charge. Like you're flying through the map. It's so goddamn great. It's crazy. Oh, legendary. Chest. So yeah, this build is really nice. It's a very fast build. I think that you could go pretty high in the Great Rift, but I think the problem with In-geom is that you're not one-shotting like elites pack that much. So I don't think this build is isn't that great in rifts, in Great Rifts. And remember to keep the bloodshed, the battle rage ability up all the time. Oh goddamn life! And like. What I like with the Together as One and Unity is that you can survive so much stuff because you're splitting damage. Like look at this speed, man. Look at this speed. It's ridiculous. It's so goddamn sweet. There we go. And we're finished. So what did we get? Oh. If you don't have Nemesis bracers, you can still run this build, no problem. But it will be easier if you have Nemesis bracers. You could go with... Oh. There we go. Let's see what stats are on it. Oh, pretty nice. Pretty nice, actually. It's not that much knockback damage, so... you could go with strong arm bracers, because the Furious Charge will trigger the strong arms. And you could also go with... where are they? I think I got them somewhere. These. The Ancient Pattern Part 10 Defenders. You could use them as well. But yeah, Nemesis I think is the best choice here. So yeah, I hope you like the guide, and yeah, if you like it, leave a like and subscribe, all that shit. If you don't like it, make a dislike, I don't care. Couldn't care less. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, perhaps. Bye!